When we read text, it is helpful to group the words into meaningful chunks or phrases. This will help provide rhythm to what we read and help us understand what we read. The goal is to group words into phrases while reading, just as we do when speaking. It helps us make sense of the words. We group or chunk words based on their meaning or what questions they answer. Now turn to page 58 in your student workbook. We will practice reading sentences that have already been broken into phrases. Our goal is to stop reading word by word and begin to look at chunks of a sentence to unlock meaning. This will help us read fluently. Let's look at the first sentence. I will read each phrase and I want you to repeat it. As you read the phrase, I want you to scoop it by joining the dots at each end of the phrase with your pencil. So you're going to do like this. You're going to draw the line. You're going to scoop the words. Then we will read all the phrases together as a complete sentence, scooping as we read. He has a bag of rags in the cab. He has a bag of rags in the cab. The man will tag the bag for the win. The man will tag the bag for the win. The tan wig on the rack is for Jan. The tan wig on the rack is for Jan. Will has a fat tick on his back. Will has a fat tick on his back. Jack and Jill live by the dam. Jack and Jill live by the dam. Give Zach the bibs and mats for the kids. Give Zach the bibs and mats for the kids. The lid of the bin has a rat on it. The lid of the bin has a rat on it. Fill the bun and pack it in the bag. Fill the bun and pack it in the bag. Max hid the bag of yams for his pal. Max hid the bag of yams for his pal. You have practiced answering how and why questions as they related to a passage of text. Now you will use pictures to generate how and why questions. Then think about possible answers for your questions. Let's start with a few simple questions. I want you to answer out loud. Well, actually raise your hand so that I can call on you to answer each of these questions. Why did you come to school today? Who would like to answer that question by restating and telling why? How did you get to school today? Now I'm going to call on someone to answer that question. How did you get to school today? Turn to page 59 in your student books now, or just look over on page 59 and follow along as I read the instructions. Look at the following pictures. Write a how question on the first pair of lines. Write a why question on the second pair of lines. Use all of the clues in the picture and be creative. Look at the first picture. It shows a young woman with her hand over her mouth. I have to think about an action, so I will focus on covered her mouth. I have my first question. How did she cover her mouth? Write that on the first pair of lines below the picture. How did she cover her mouth? My guess would be she covered her mouth quickly or suddenly. My second question needs to focus on the why. Why did she cover her mouth? So I'm going to write that on the second pair of lines. Why did she cover her mouth? Then I wonder what she did or what she saw that made her cover her mouth. She may have said something she didn't mean to say or seen something that startled her.